So we're back to the very familiar view here of the entranceway. It's now got 2 coats of primer on it. And today I am going to put the finish coating on the ceilings. So let's get the ladder back in here and we'll get our finished paint for the ceiling in and we'll start getting that done. So the ceiling is now finished. It's got 2 coats of primer, 2 coats of finished paint on it. Got the lamp back in place. Next is to start cutting in for the walls. So I have this edge that I use that I got from Canadian Tire that I can put up along the roof line and hopefully not make too big of a mess. So we'll get our colored paint open and start working at it. It takes good firm pressure on this knife to hold it up tight against your edges, otherwise it's going to bleed around it very easily. I'm just not happy with how it's working. I'm going to try it freehand. No, I'm just not happy with that. Well, the knife was a total bust, so I'm back to tape. And I'm hoping that this works half decently and that I don't peel off the paint on my ceiling from using it. We'll see what happens. This at least does go along quite quickly once the tape is up. Alright, I've got 2 coats on now, cutting in. I don't want to leave the tape on for too long, because from what I understand that can be one of the mistakes. So I'm going to start peeling the tape off. So far so good. Well, there we are. We've got 2 coats of the kind of silver blue color on the walls. The ceiling is complete, so we're ready to move on to woodworking and putting new plugs and switches in. So the first piece I want to work on is the wood that went on the top of this step here that's on top of the cement foundation. And I'm going to repurpose it a little bit. You can see here on our new door, we've already got a dent here. And part of that is from the way the door opens up here and is blocked by this step. The other thing is there is going to be some kind of shelf unit or cupboard or something that's going to go on this wall. So whatever I put here is probably going to be temporary, but maybe not. So we'll see what we can come up with that. So let's head out to the shop, get the heaters going because it is a bit cool out there today, and get to work on this first piece. So I just want to take a minute of your time here, guys, to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you've been finding the videos interesting or at the very least entertaining. And if that's the case, I'd really appreciate the like on the video, and I'd love to have you subscribe to the channel. So if you have any questions, thoughts, suggestions, anything like that, please don't hesitate to send a comment. I'd really love to hear from you. All right, guys. It's still pretty cool out here, but we got our heater going. It's warming up. So this is the board that came off of there. Now, it is a gnarly looking mess. Well, it is way wider than it needs to be. Now, I think the idea was that it served as a bench, but I don't need the bench because I'm going to be putting a seat down in there. So this is not going to be necessary. This is just going to be a shelf. All right, there's our width. So now we're going to put the table saw aside and get the planer out, and that's the next job. All right, guys, let's get this set up. Here we go. So to get this all cleaned up, I took about 3/4 of an inch off of it. And my little DeWalt planer did it very quickly with no trouble at all. So I've got to cut a little notch out here to get past this trim. We'll cut our little notch out here and then see how well things will go up against the wall here. All right, that fits way better. But I am going to make one other small change here. Since I've got some 1-inch square material cut, I'm going to put a 1-inch block right in there. Just to dress it up a teeny bit. Anyway, I gotta keep in mind this is just a temporary piece. That's the inside. So that's the side I want my radius on. All right, guys, let's see how this piece looks. Oh, that's good. I'm very pleased with that. So the bottom part here, we're going to call done. We still need to add the door stop to it. And again, got to keep in mind, this is temporary. Well, it's been an awful lot of fooling around for something temporary, but there it is. So nice and level. We now have a stop there. So this one is done. So the next job is to probably do the wiring, get that finished, and then get onto this window behind me. That one's a big job. So thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll see you out on the trails the next time.